Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something that might sound simple, but actually carries a deep lesson from Japanese culture: the quiet power of saying no. In Japan, we often associate harmony and respect with politeness. People rarely raise their voices. Conversations are soft, thoughtful, and filled with subtle expressions. But beneath this calm surface lies an incredible emotional intelligence, a way of saying no without confrontation, and of setting boundaries with grace. This isn't just about manners. It's about how we value relationships, peace, and the unseen balance between honesty and kindness. So today, I'd like to share what Japan can teach the world about the art of saying no, gently, quietly, and respectfully. In English, saying no feels clear, even empowering. But in Japan, the word no is rarely used. Why? Because in our culture, communication isn't just about words, it's about harmony. It's about maintaining respect, even when we disagree. A Japanese person might say, "That may be a little difficult," or "I'll think about it," or "let me check." Each of these phrases can gently mean no, but more importantly, they protect the relationship. They show consideration, not rejection. For many foreigners, this can seem confusing or even evasive, but from a Japanese perspective, it's an act of empathy. It's saying, "I care about your feelings even when I can't agree." That's a quiet, profound kind of strength. To understand this better, we need to look at one of the most important Japanese concepts: wa, harmony. It's the invisible thread that holds groups together. From school to the workplace, harmony is seen as essential to cooperation. In Japan, success isn't only about individual achievement. It's about how well you coexist with others. So saying no loudly can feel like breaking that harmony. It creates discomfort, tension, even shame. That's why we learn to soften our refusals, to protect wa. It doesn't mean we never disagree. It means we choose how to disagree, carefully, respectfully, and often indirectly. In this way, no becomes not just a word, but a kind of emotional art. Some people outside Japan think politeness is a mask, a way to hide true feelings. But in truth, it's often the opposite. Japanese politeness is an act of mindfulness. It's awareness of space, of timing, of emotions. When someone says it might be difficult, they are reading the air, kuki o yomu. They sense how the other person might feel. They choose their words like an artist chooses colors, carefully blending them to create peace, not conflict. This emotional restraint isn't weakness, it's self-control. It's saying, "My emotions are real, but I don't need to make others carry them." That's a quiet kind of maturity that the world often overlooks. Now, some people might ask, but isn't this just avoiding the truth? Actually, no. Japanese people do set boundaries, but subtly. Learning to say no without saying no is a kind of invisible armor. When you decline with grace, you protect both yourself and the other person. You stay true to your limits without hurting theirs. It's an unspoken understanding that we can disagree without breaking the bond between us. So while it may look like compliance, it's often quiet resistance, a way to stay honest and kind at the same time. And that, I think, is one of the most powerful human skills of all. Today, whether you live in Tokyo, New York, or London, life is full of requests. People ask for your time, your energy, your attention. If you always say yes, you'll burn out. But if you always say no, you'll close yourself off. Balance is everything. The Japanese way teaches us that saying no doesn't have to be cold. It can be soft, thoughtful, and warm. It's not rejection. It's respect for both sides. Imagine your coworker asks for help when you're overloaded. Instead of saying, "No, I can't," you might say, "I'd love to help, but I need to finish this first." That's not just polite, it's emotionally intelligent. It shows boundaries and care. This is the heart of what Japan teaches us. You can protect yourself without creating enemies. In many ways, saying no is also a spiritual practice. It means acknowledging your own limits, your time, your energy, your mental space. It's not selfishness, it's awareness. Japanese people often say, "Jibun o taisetsu ni suru," take care of yourself. That's not self-centered, it's the foundation of balance. If you respect yourself, you can respect others. If you know your limits, you can give more sincerely. When we say no with calmness and compassion, we are not rejecting the person. We are protecting the relationship from future resentment. That is quiet strength. The world today is often loud. People speak to win arguments, not to connect. Social media rewards the boldest voices, not the wisest ones. But Japanese culture reminds us that gentleness is not weakness, that humility can be powerful, that silence can heal. When you learn to say no like the Japanese do, with kindness, grace, and balance, you begin to live with more peace inside yourself. You stop fighting every battle. You stop explaining every choice. You simply live in harmony with others and with yourself. And that's something the modern world deeply needs. So next time someone asks you for something you can't give, pause, breathe, and instead of reacting with guilt or irritation, think of the Japanese way. You can bow, smile, and say gently, "That might be a little difficult." And in that simple moment, you'll find freedom, the quiet power of saying no. Thank you for listening today. If this message resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more reflections on Japanese culture and the wisdom hidden in everyday life. See you in the next video. Stay calm, stay kind, and stay true to yourself.